There are still a lot of indie game demos you can try in Steam Next Fest with various genres that you should play, like these 15 awesome games. We start with GODBREAKERS. It's a frenetic co-op hack-and-slash roguelike that, designed for 1 to 4 players, it emphasizes fluid, combo-driven combat, where you can cancel actions mid-swing, chain devastating abilities, and absorb enemy powers to turn them against their masters. Each run takes players through 6 shifting biomes filled with brutal bosses, dynamic challenges, and modifiers that remix gameplay for high replayability. Progression comes through unlocking archetypes, abilities, and permanent upgrades, allowing players to craft unique builds and experiment with wild synergies. OPUS Prism Peak is a narrative-driven adventure game. You play as Eugene, a weary photojournalist who, on his way home, becomes lost in a surreal, dreamlike world where spirits and mysterious beings dwell. Armed only with his old camera, Eugene must capture fleeting moments, landscapes, divine animal-like spirits, and encounters with enigmatic characters to piece together the truth of this realm and find his way back. The game emphasizes photography as both storytelling and puzzle solving, with each snapshot preserving fragments of memory and shaping the branching narrative. I Am Machine is an upcoming isometric roguelite adventure set in a bleak post-apocalyptic world where machines have overthrown humanity. Players step into the role of Eric, a lone survivor who has been transformed into a cybernetic warrior, driven by the desperate mission to rescue his kidnapped daughter. Gameplay blends fast-paced combat, exploration, and survival, with procedurally generated environments ensuring each run feels unpredictable. The world is filled with hostile machines, environmental hazards, and scarce resources, pushing players to adapt their strategies while upgrading Eric's abilities and cybernetic enhancements. Origament, a paper adventure, is a whimsical 3D platforming adventure where you embody a living letter on a heartfelt journey to reach the one who still waits for you. The game's core mechanic revolves around transforming into different paper forms, gliding as a plane, sailing as a boat, rolling, or even spinning like a shuriken to traverse diverse environments across time and continents. Along the way, you'll solve light physics-based puzzles, uncover secrets, and explore magical worlds filled with mystery and charm, offering a mix of chill quests, playful transformations, and a narrative that blends wonder with emotional resonance. Verho Curse of Faces is a dark, first-person RPG inspired by classics like King's Field and early Souls-like design. The game takes place in the land of Uriz, a realm devastated by the catastrophic era of solitude, where a mysterious plague known as the Curse of Faces forces survivors to wear masks as their only protection. Players must explore labyrinthine dungeons, uncover cryptic lore, and battle grotesque enemies while searching for the origin of the curse. The game emphasizes atmospheric exploration, punishing combat and replay value, with a retro-inspired aesthetic that channels the gothic abstract feel of 1990s dark fantasy RPGs. Master of Peace is a tactical roguelike deck-building turn-based strategy game where players lead an expedition crew through dangerous lands, assembling a deck of mercenaries whose traits and abilities can be combined into powerful battlefield synergies. Along the way, you'll face outlaws, fanatics, and cultists while uncovering the secrets of the mysterious Dragon Orb. The game emphasizes strategic deck construction, relic collection, and adaptive tactics, with systems like the Hourglass mechanic allowing you to reset a battle once per journey, and a rumor system that adds dynamic twists to each run.
Not bad looking for a mortal.
Ember and Blade is an action RPG roguelite that blends Hades-style fast-paced combat with bullet hell swarms, Souls-like boss encounters, and a dark mythological storyline. You play as an immortal hunter, bound by an angel's pact, tasked with standing against the archdemon Asmodeus, who has long been sealed away. Along your journey, you'll clash with endless demonic hordes, harness celestial blessings that reshape your powers each run, and uncover the tragic fate of Ariella, the lone guardian of the seal. The game emphasizes replayability through meta progression, dynamic power builds, and a survivors-like structure where each attempt feels distinct. Painted in Blood is a surreal, retro-inspired boomer shooter set inside the nightmarish realm of a deranged artist's imagination. The game blends classic 90s FPS design with modern horror elements, throwing players into fast-paced combat against grotesque, shifting monstrosities. Its world is unpredictable, with dynamic horror events that unfold differently each run, creating a sense of unease and replayability. The aesthetic leans into pixelated retro visuals, fused with surreal psychological horror, evoking both nostalgia and dread. Players must fight through linear yet atmospheric levels, uncovering the twisted story behind the cursed canvas while surviving relentless waves of enemies. I Hate This Place is an isometric open-world survival horror game that, inspired by the award-winning comic series by Kyle Starks and RDM Topolin. The game casts you as Elena, who awakens in a warped, nightmarish reality after unleashing long-dormant forces. The world is hostile and unpredictable, with mutated spiders, deranged cultists, wild beasts, and supernatural entities stalk you. Survival hinges on scavenging, crafting, and stealth. Enemies hunt by sound, so noise management becomes as crucial as resource gathering. Each location is handcrafted to tell its own disturbing story, blending 80s horror aesthetics, bold comic book visuals, and psychedelic surrealism.
Each floor dings like another pit.
Jackal is an ultra-violent top-down shooter set in the gritty underworld of 1970s Las Vegas. The game fuses the relentless brutality of Hotline Miami with a Tarantino-esque crime narrative where you play as a drug-fueled Vegas hitman who betrays his mob boss, raids casinos and hotels, and carves a bloody path through the city's criminal empire. Combat is unforgiving and close quarters, with players able to wield anything at hand to execute mobsters in chaotic cinematic fashion. The game features procedurally generated rooms, stackable gameplay mutators, and a bullet time system, ensuring no two playthroughs are alike.
I turned to leave, but notice
Back in the forest.
Winter Burrow is a cozy woodland survival and life sim adventure where you play as a little mouse returning from the big city to find your childhood burrow in ruins and your aunt, who was supposed to care for it, mysteriously missing. The game blends survival mechanics, gathering resources, braving the frozen wilderness, crafting tools, and managing warmth, with wholesome activities like knitting sweaters, baking pies, and befriending woodland neighbors. Exploration is key. You'll venture into snowy forests, encounter insect wildlife, and slowly restore your burrow into a warm, welcoming home.
Path unknown. You're small, it's true.
Spark Ignites is a pixel art fantasy JRPG. The story centers on Ash and Clover, two orphans who embark on a pilgrimage tied to the Star God's blessing, a divine ritual that grants one wish every century. As they journey, they uncover the bloody truth behind this celestial gift, and must decide whether to steal divine power or defy the gods, with every choice shaping a different ending. The game blends retro-inspired 2.5D pixel visuals with next-gen lighting techniques, creating a cinematic medieval atmosphere that elevates its nostalgic style. Of Ash and Steel is an immersive open-world fantasy RPG. You play as Christian, a cartographer unexpectedly thrust into the role of adventurer on the perilous island of Greyshaft, a land plagued by mystery and turmoil. Unlike many modern RPGs, the game deliberately avoids quest markers, instead encouraging thoughtful exploration, discovery, and decision-making as you chart your own path. Players can engage in the main storyline, tackle side quests, and encounter diverse characters and locations, all while shaping the fate of the island. Unigame is a fast-paced co-op roguelite action game. Play as a battle-hardened sea turtle on a perilous mission to defeat the witch Maeve and free the haunted swamp from her curse. Each run challenges you to fight through relentless waves of enemies, adapt to shifting hazards, and grow stronger by unlocking new spells, abilities, and upgrades. Combat emphasizes both turret control and spellcasting, letting you strategically place defenses while unleashing powerful magic to keep enemies at bay. Designed for solo or co-op play, Unigame blends chaotic action with tactical depth, ensuring high replayability as you experiment with builds and face ever-changing encounters. So that is the video, guys. Which game that catches your eye? Please let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to get notified for more info about indie games. Thank you for watching, guys, and see you in the next video.